International Visiting Lecture today with Mr. Timson Kawera as a HRM lecturer. For the topic today is mentoring effective, and for today's session is being live streamed on the Universitas Techcom YouTube channel. And now I will read our agenda this afternoon. First, we will start class presentation delivered by Mr. Timson and continue with the Q&A session. In the next session, we have time for documentation unless time is closing. Okay, let's begin. We will start class delivered by Mr. Timson. The time is yours. Thank you. You can start this presentation today.
Thank you very much. A very good morning. It's in the morning in Malawi, but good afternoon there. Welcome to this lecture. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Welcome to this lecture. This lecture is being presented by myself. I am a lecturer at Nkoba University, and my lecture is titled The Effectiveness of Mentoring in Academic and Employment Settings. I am presenting this lecture based on my research, practical work experience, and also my students' relationship at Nkrumah University, where I am currently lecturing. I have a degree in I have a master's degree in human resource management, currently lecturing at Nkrumah University. There's always a question as to whether mentoring as a concept is effective and is workable in academic and employment settings. And therefore, to deal with this question this morning, by the end of this lecture, students should be able to, one, explain the concept of mentoring. Two, outline the process of mentoring. Three, describe the roles of the mentor and the mentee. Four, explain the mentoring positive outcomes. 5, evaluate the negative outcomes of mentoring process. 6, identify the socio-psychological factors that may affect the success of mentoring. 7, consider variations in benefits of mentoring due to gender differences. Mentoring is an important concept that is applied both in academic environment and employment settings. Mentoring is an important technique used to develop students and future managers. Mentoring aims at enhancing the personal and professional competencies of trainees through the process of advising and coaching. For mentoring process to be effective for the mentor, mentee, and organization, the mentor and mentee play coordinated roles in the organization. The experiences from mentoring relationships can have both positive and negative outcomes. And therefore, the success of mentoring process may be affected by social psychological factors. Another point to take note of is that the benefits of mentoring process may differ according to gender differences and sometimes according to other cultural differences, as we are going to see. And lastly, human resource development strategy should have a monitoring and evaluation plan to ensure an effective mentoring process. Now, let us understand mentoring as a concept. What is it all about? As a concept, mentoring describes a relationship in which a more experienced individual and this person has greater knowledge and understanding of the work or the workplace. This experienced individual supports and develops a younger individual with less experience, a more junior or inexperienced colleague. And therefore, mentoring is a relationship between somebody who is experienced, senior enough, and somebody who is inexperienced. It's a supporting relationship. It is a process between two individuals. It involves two individuals where a more knowledgeable person provides guidance to somebody who is less knowledgeable in a particular field. So the more knowledgeable is the mentor, the one who is less knowledgeable is a mentee. Otherwise, other people calls the mentor a protege. So I'll be using these two words interchangeably, mentee or protege. Mentoring is a relationship of exchange of wisdom. Both parties engage in sharing ideas, well, through support, through learning, or through guidance. But remember, the whole reason is to ensure that there has to be career growth for the mentee. Sometimes mentoring is used to achieve strategic business goals. Mentoring, therefore, is based on role model relationship where a more senior or experienced employee supports or plays a supporting role in the development of a new or younger employee. And therefore, if one would like to look for a mentor, that person is looking for a role model and somebody whom she or he can admire. Now, let us discuss the process of mentoring, how it goes about. Mentoring as a process is a one-on-one teaching and learning process. So there is teaching, there is learning taking place at the same time. Mentors are usually the role model for the trainee managers within the workplace. If it is in academic settings, the role model could be a lecturer, the mentee could be a student. The role model could be a senior lecturer, the mentee could be a junior lecturer. Mentoring aims at enhancing the personal and professional competencies through the process of advising and coaching. Within this process, a mentor provides some advice a mentor does the coaching. Mentoring concentrates on those skills that help the recipients to work to their highest potential in order to achieve career advancement. In the workplace setting, where somebody would like to do better and earn promotion, it is advisable that that person should look to the mentor to get some advice. The whole motivation is that that person is looking for higher potential, looking to achieve higher goals. Point number 5 on this process is that the mentors may or may not be from the same organization, but they should have expertise and they should be competent, they should be mature. So a mentor is not necessarily somebody who comes from the same organization with the protege. Some other points to take note regarding the process of mentoring are as follows. 1, mentors provide coaching, counseling, and challenging assignments, besides offering personal support and encouragement. Mentors safeguard the rights and interests of trainee managers. Now, in some cases, there could be reverse mentoring. What is reverse mentoring? Reverse mentoring is a process where senior managers can learn from younger managers. For example, you could have a senior manager who is looking to set new goals within a particular organization. But then you could have a junior who is knowledgeable about the history, having overstayed in the organization. Therefore, the senior manager could learn something from a junior manager. When the new employees are knowledgeable and the seniors require some knowledge in order to prolong their careers, the seniors may choose to learn from the junior employees, a process known as reverse mentoring. Now, we are saying it is a relationship. And we are saying that this relationship takes place within an environment. This environment requires technical skills, technical support. This environment also requires that people should have a healthy interpersonal relationship. And then this relationship should take place within a conducive environment within an organization. In this relationship, you may find that sometimes a mentor may have, actually in most cases, a mentor is given an opportunity to challenge the wisdom that is being shared from the mentor. So a mentee is not just there to be watching or to sit quietly, but to give some challenging ideas in order to enrich the sharing of knowledge. Mentors help mentees to manage to manage goal setting in an environment where a mentee or a protege would like to succeed there is need that that mentee or protégé should set goals, the goals that will be used to benchmark the performance of the mentee. Hello?
Yeah, sure.
Hello, can we continue?
Yes, of course.
Yes. I was going to let us discuss the next point in this lecture, and that is the roles and the responsibilities of the mentor. A mentor is supposed to play the following roles and responsibilities. Number one, a mentor is supposed to be a good listener. A mentor is supposed to understand the work environment and the situation in which the protégé or the mentee is going through. And this will help the mentor to determine the contextual factors that may affect the goal-setting process. The other point is that the mentor is supposed to determine an individual's personal SWOT analysis. A mentor is supposed to be aware of the strengths, weaknesses of the mentee, and should be aware of the factors that may threaten the learning process of the mentee, and the factors that can be used as opportunities for the mentee to learn better. The mentor is also supposed to provide good examples, and this is point number 3. The mentor is supposed to talk about his or her own personal work experiences to give mentees a model for success. The mentor can also discuss other examples of successful people.
Yeah, please share screen your PowerPoint.
Sorry?
Please share screen your PowerPoint.
What I say? Come again?
Please share screen your PowerPoint. PowerPoint.
All right. Yeah, it will be copied shortly, within 2 minutes or so. But can I continue discussing while it's being sorted out? Or we wait? We just wait, eh? Sorry. You can be shared now.
This one?
Yes.
May ask them if they are seeing it.
Hello, are you able to see it now?
Yes, sure.
All right, can we continue now?
Yes, of course.
Yes. I was saying that the mentor plays various roles and responsibilities, and I'm continuing from there. Point number 4, or role number 4, is that the mentor should match all the important pieces together in order to help mentees to connect their goals with the objectives of the organization, to help mentees work effectively given their own work situations. Number 5, the mentor is supposed to brainstorm over different viewpoints, and so that the mentor is supposed to encourage the mentee in order to ensure that the mentee is able to reach goals that are reasonable enough. The mentor, as point number 6, is supposed to emphasize the importance of time. Time is money, they say. So the mentor is supposed to discuss the goals that are relevant, that are required for the mentee to succeed, and the goals that should be given priority, and then determine how well the goals can be accomplished given the timelines that have been established. What should mentors do then? Mentors are supposed to do the following activities. Number 1, mentors should encourage protegees to analyze their performance and to identify strengths and weaknesses. Mentors should be able to give feedback, to offer feedback. And number 2, mentors should act as sounding boards for protegees' ideas. So the ideas should be well understood by the mentors, the ideas that are coming from the mentees. And then the mentors should be able to make professional comments in the context of the work environment. Mentors should encourage the protegees to observe and analyze the organization at work. Mentors should learn more widely about the work environment of the mentees. Lastly, but not least, is that the mentor should engage the protégé in their networks. The protégé may have already some network relationship with others. The mentor then should help to encourage the protégé to maintain useful networks. Having understood the responsibilities of the mentors, what are the responsibilities of the mentees then? Remember that the mentee is somebody who is going to gain more in this relationship and process of mentoring, and therefore the mentee, the protégé, should be active in making sure that this process achieves its desired goals. So the mentee should do the following. Number one, choose an appropriate potential mentor. It is the responsibility of the mentee to choose a mentor who is objective enough, a mentor who can offer good career advice. Many people prefer to seek somebody or to get somebody who is 1 or 2 levels above them in terms of seniority. Well, that can be helpful as long as the one who is senior has got that good career track, who can give good career advice. Number 2, a mentor should be ready, should be ready to get positive or negative response from the mentee, because sometimes a mentee can be surprised if a mentor is not ready to enter into this relationship. The mentee can be surprised that he or she is turned down, because not everyone can be willing enough to undertake this responsibility of being a mentor, because it is time consuming. Mentoring process requires commitment. Number 3, a mentee should make it easier for a potential mentor to agree to his or her request. A mentee can do so by making it clear ahead of time what that mentee is expecting from the mentor in terms of time and advice. Number 4, the mentor's time should be respected by the mentee. And to respect the mentor's time, the mentee should be selective about the work-related issues that mentee brings to the table. The mentoring relationship generally should not involve any personal problems or any personal issues. Now, what are the characteristics of effective mentoring? Considering the above responsibilities of a mentor and a mentee, then there are 3 points to take note in terms of characteristics of effective mentoring. Point number 1 is that the status and character of the mentor should be appealing. Mentors should be generally those that are senior managers. To be objective, mentors must be outside the line management. The mentors should be those who have got the skills, who have got the qualities, and that the qualities and the skills can be respected by the protégés. Mentors should be good at empathy, should be in the shoes of the mentor, of the mentee. And people, development skills. Not all managers, therefore, can make good mentors or appropriate mentors. So it depends on the status and character of the mentor. Now, on the part of the protégé, number 2, the protégé should have the potential, and the protégé should be capable and willing to develop the mentoring relationship. So, number 3 is the actual relationship. This relationship should be based on trust. There should be mutual trust between the mentor and the mentee. And this trust should continue. The relationship should continue unless there are limits set. The relationship can continue until the protégé no longer needs support. Are there any positive outcomes of mentoring? The answer is yes. Firstly, mentoring provides an opportunity for workers to share knowledge. And mentoring enables the storage of knowledge in the organization for current and future use. This point is supported by findings from research surveys that were conducted among the employees who were working in banks in Lebanon. The surveys revealed that informal mentoring enhances both sharing and use of knowledge, but formal mentoring only improves the sharing and does not improve the use of knowledge. Another evidence indicates that peer mentoring can enhance the concept or the conception and the spread of knowledge. Field-based quasi-experimental research were also conducted and reveal something interesting here. This field-based research was conducted among the employees that were working in a software industry, and this was in the United States of America. And the findings revealed that managers, peer mentors, and mentees find peer mentoring as vital in facilitating and promoting the creation and sharing of knowledge. There is no doubt, therefore, that the mentoring process can facilitate the sharing of knowledge within a work setting or an employment setting. These findings are very significant because they were coming from information after consulting a wide sample of respondents covering a cross-section of people working at various management levels. So the results appear to be consistent despite the differences in geographical and cultural contexts. One as far as Lebanon, one, the other as far as United States of America, different cultural contexts, but then the findings tend to agree. However, it may be assumed that the flow of information within these organizations is more likely to be easy because of the assistance of the software facilities that are commonly found in banks and software industries. One can ask a question whether the flow of information can be quick enough outside banks, in other organizations that are not software organizations. The question can be whether the findings can be generalized in other industries with limited software facilities or not. However, the findings reveal something that is important here, and that is it is important to create conducive environment. And this environment should be characterized by open communication, and so that there should be easy interaction of workers that is required to facilitate the mentoring process. Secondly, mentoring process can be a one way of promoting work morale, and this is a positive outcome. This is also supported by the findings from the surveys and which were conducted among trainees in hospitals of USA. And these findings show that employees who receive career mentoring support from their superiors and achieve success, these employees, they become more satisfied on the job. This evidence supports the other findings that were conducted earlier in American state universities. And the that was conducted in American state universities revealed that there was job satisfaction. And the thing interesting here is that the findings appear to agree, yet research was conducted in different environments. One in academic environments in American state universities, but the other findings were from hospital work environment, something very interesting. But more surveys also revealed something interesting, and these surveys were conducted among U.S. healthcare workers. The findings indicate that deliberate efforts in mentoring employees can make them become more satisfied, and the employees can become more committed to their organization. So mentoring process can create satisfaction indeed. All these results show that performance of workers may improve as they develop stronger personal attachment to their organizations. So, hello? Are you there? Are you there? Are you listening? Hello, do you hear me? Hello? 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 Do you hear me? Yeah, the meeting is now streaming live on custom. Hello? Looks like there's a disconnection now. Eddie?
Hello, pardon?
Hello, are you there? Do you hear me?
Yes, sure.
Okay, should I continue?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh, is it enough for your presentation, sure?
Just about to finish. Almost
Oh.
halfway through.
Pardon?
Almost halfway through, but let's continue.
Oh,
I
yes.
was finishing a second point in the positive relationships of mentoring. Now the third point is that mentoring can help to create better relationships between faculty members and students. Now, this is now in the university setup now. We have now moved into university setting, and we find that the findings suggest that faculty members found personal satisfaction and reward through helping undergraduate research students. In addition to enjoying interaction with students, mentoring was likely to enhance the credibility of teaching staff. Well, these findings were showing that they were conducted in the United States of America, all of them. And I think this could be a reflection of American culture and may not be successfully replicated. However, further research could be required to see if these findings can be replicated or generalized in different cultural and geographical contexts. Point number 4 is that mentoring can help to solve problem of employee turnover. Yes, employees that were mentored, employees that were in a very good mentoring relationship were much more likely to continue to stay within their organizations. They wouldn't want to quit. And these were the findings that were coming from a survey that was conducted among the US military workers. And this similarly, trainees in the hospitals of the United States were also confirming the same in a survey, that career mentoring is more likely to enhance job satisfaction, since career mentors are more interested in the well-being of the worker. So they wouldn't want to quit their organizations. Thereby, mentoring relationship mitigates employee turnover. Number 5 is that the findings from a survey among public sector employees in the United States also reveal that mentored workers are more likely to be contented and committed to their working environment, and they have less desire to quit. You see, these findings were now from a government sector, a public sector, different from other sectors, but they seem to agree. This implies that mentoring may be considered to be a useful way of solving the problem of turnover. One may wish to question the validity of the findings of the results because the service relied on its self-reporting measures. You see, self-reporting measures may have a problem because respondents may wish to provide responses that are socially desirable. In practice, workers may not be comfortable to disclose their desire to quit their jobs for fear of reprisals from managers. Still, these findings, anyway, they are still significant because they are pointing to mentoring as one of the human resource development strategies for reducing employee turnover. The last point, but this is not the least positive point, is that mentoring can promote ethical conduct within the working environment. This is also supported by findings by research that was conducted in a company known as RJ Rune in the United States of America. This is a private company. And here, mentoring played a vital role in enhancing ethical conduct, which helped to introduce fair practices for promoting and retaining staff. Can this be evident only in the United States of America? We see that going in other cultural environment, and that's in Australia. A survey was conducted which revealed that the accountants who had less experience were more likely to emulate, to follow the example of ethical conduct of their mentors. The two findings seem to agree that mentoring process shapes ethical judgment of employees. However, the findings do not explain the extent to which organizational members are likely to continue practicing ethical standards after the mentoring process has been terminated. So this could be the issue that will require further research in order to see the effectiveness of mentoring, whether it is short-lived or not. Now, what could be the negative outcomes? Two main negative outcomes here are considered, and that from the relationship of mentoring, there could be a situation where a mentees agree that they cannot have enough time for mentoring process, and that the partners cannot fit in well due to individual traits, competences, and education preferences. So, where mentor or mentees cannot fit well because of these traits, because of differences in competences and education preferences, the mentoring process can yield negative consequences, negative outcomes. So there's need for, people to have agreement, to reach an agreement on this, on the need for traits, competences, and education preferences. Bad integration may create unhappiness and compel one to quit or resign from work, where there is no integration between a mentor and a mentee. One can decide to quit. These ideas came from the findings of research that was conducted. That was conducted in between 1987 and 2004. 40 research studies were conducted, and they confirm these findings. Now, the second major point in negative outcomes is the issue of institutional environment, where there is rigid administrative context and where there is a closed culture with little social interaction. The level of trust can go down, and there cannot be a healthy relationship within the mentoring process, because the environment is unfavorable, and the mentoring process is constrained. This idea, this thinking is confirmed by a structured interview research that was conducted among 32 postgraduate and doctoral students at Denise University in Turkey in 2008. So this is in a university environment. However, these findings are important. They are significant in raising the need for mentoring programmers to consider the timing, the individual characteristics, the interests of mentors, including the organizational context. To what extent, then, can social psychological factors affect the success of mentoring? It may depend on the trust of the mentor and the mentee that they have for each other, which may determine the strength of the relationship between the mentor and the mentee. So trust is very, very important. And we see that this view is confirmed by research as well. Through surveys that were drawn, that were conducted among 194 veterinary workers in the USA. And at the same time, the evidence suggests that individuals who are sociable, who are hardworking, and who are open-minded are more likely to be involved as mentors, unlike those that are temperamental. However, the weakness of this research is that the sample was narrow. It was actually biased towards male Caucasian participants. Whether the research findings on this issue of trust in mentoring process can be replicated in other cultural environments apart from Caucasian environment, one may wish to conduct research on this. But in Africa, there was also a survey on the same issue among 480 Nigerian nurses, where the survey showed that the older employees who occupied higher positions were preferred to be mentors. It was further found that high esteem, locus of control, and high level of emotional intelligence are favorable psychological attributes. This evidence appears to be credible, considering that all studies have consistent findings, despite a wide range of differences in cultural backgrounds and period of study, sample size, and occupational participants. These findings imply that an effective mentoring program needs to have mentor selection strategy that considers social psychological attributes. This therefore needs to be considered when drawing an HR strategy. Can there be gender differences affecting mentoring process? Yes, the answer is yes, because sometimes the benefits of mentoring process may differ according to gender. More men can be preferred to participate and to benefit from a mentoring process than women. And this was confirmed again through a research survey that was conducted in Africa, in Nigeria. More men had more control. They played their role as mentors. And the more men were likely to occupy top positions in employment than women. This was the case despite the fact that women needed similar assistance from mentoring, such as career advancement and competency in improvement. The study further reveals that individuals preferred same-sex peers for easy interaction, and this strengthened further disadvantage to women who were already few in leadership positions. So therefore, the gender disadvantage is shown through this evidence, but even additional evidence in countries like England, Ireland, France, and Germany. Also, research that was conducted through face-to-face same interviews confirmed the same gender disadvantage. Women were mentored by male managers. Women, therefore, were given male managers, thereby having less female role models. There were less female role models. It was found that women had less networks. As a result, they had less opportunities of getting high positions in international organizations. You see, these findings tend to agree that women have less advantage when mentoring process is being practiced. Using these findings, one need to think when coming up with a strategy of mentoring to choose to balance the gender gap. Another survey that was conducted among nurses in the southwestern part of Nigeria seemed to disagree with this idea because the survey found no gender influence on the relationship between a mentor and a mentee. Although that is such the case, but more findings appear to show that women are disadvantaged. By way of summary then, what has this lecture unearthed? This lecture has revealed the concept of mentoring, and that this concept is applied almost across all cultures in the world. And this concept shows that mentoring is something that has not to be taken lightly. Mentoring should continue to be applied in work settings and also in academic environments. The lecturer has also ably described the process of mentoring and the roles of the mentor and the mentee. One needs to think and contemplate the goodness and the benefits of mentoring, which are the positive outcomes that can come out of mentoring that can help within an organization. It has also been demonstrated that while there are negative experiences from mentor and mentor-protégé relationship, the success of mentoring may be affected by various factors, which has been discussed. In conclusion, there is need that within academic settings and employment settings, there should be deliberate strategy that should include a monitoring and evaluation plan to ensure an effective mentoring process. Therefore, I would like to invite students and challenge students to brainstorm and develop a working plan for implementing effective mentoring process for their organizations or for their academic institutions. You may wish to note that all the information contained in this lecture are supported by the references that I think are shown from about 17 articles. And therefore, wish to thank you for good participants in this lecture. Thank you very much. And I would like to invite your comments or questions. Thank you. The lecture is now through. Any comments or questions from the participants?
Thank you so much for your question, sir. And for our participant, if you have any question for the speaker, please add them to the chat or you can raise your hand. Yeah, we have first question, sir, from participant already read in the Zoom chat. Yeah, for first from Mr. Abdul. How does artificial intelligence contribute to the design of modern accounting system compared to conventional system? Thank you.
Yes, come again.
How How does artificial intelligence contribute to the design of modern accounting system compared to conventional system? Already read in the Zoom chat.
I can't get you clearly.
Oh, maybe I can share in your WhatsApp chat for the question.
Yes, you may wish to do that through my WhatsApp phone.
Already.
My apologies for not understanding you clearly there.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. While we are waiting for some more questions, there is a question here. One question is that how does artificial intelligence, AI, contribute to the design of modern accounting systems compared to conventional systems? Well, I'm a human resource management expert, so I'm not thoroughly versed in terms of research in accounting systems. But based on practice as an HR practitioner, through my interaction with the accountants, I have noted that AI has been used to share knowledge between more knowledgeable accountants and accountants that are less knowledgeable. I'll give you an example of a public sector organization in Malawi. There was a time when I was working as the Deputy Director of Human Resource Management before I became a lecturer of Nkoma University. There was a time where we wanted to roll out the system of paying members of staff through bank system. So this required a lot of support, technological support, in such a way that those who knew the softwares, the technology, those who had more knowledge had to share with the others. So I facilitated that. So I noted that, yes, artificial intelligence technology can be very, very helpful. Unfortunately, I'm not able to share a company, but I've just shared this example of public sector. The other question is coming from, well, the first question was coming from Abdul. This other question is coming from Kenan. My apologies for mispronouncing your name. Could you give an example of a company that has successfully implemented AI in this accounting system? Again, this is the same question, and they have already responded. Now, Paulina, asks this question: what are the biggest challenges in implementing AI in accounting systems, especially in Indonesian companies? This one I cannot attempt to answer it from my professional and my research knowledge, but I think I should reserve this for the next lecture. The guru that is likely to come, one of the gurus is an expert in accounting, and he was an accounting professional at one time. And I think the next lecture that is coming will answer this one. Please reserve the question for this one. Thank you for now. These are the 3 questions that I received. Yes, any more?
I guess no one else asking again, sure?
Sorry?
I guess no one else asking again.
There's no one asking again.
Yeah, just yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you. Okay,
If
thank you
that's
for
the case, then I would like to thank you very much. Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you for your presentation. Before I close this event, for all participants, please open your camera. I will take a picture on the count of 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, another 1, 1, 2, 3. Thank you for your cooperation. Finally, we come to the end of visiting lecture today. We would like to thank you for Mr. Timeson Kawere for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for all participants. At least we hope to have more collaboration in the future with Kohma University Malawi. The visiting lecture for today and here we have to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day and goodbye.